Finally, it's happened. Pyro is now available for Star Citizen. Now, for those of you unaware, Pyro is a brand new star system. It features a whole ton of brand new planets, all of them landable, and all of them actually rather stunning in graphical appearance. So after many years of waiting, it is finally available, but there is a rather large catch. Now, this is Star Citizen 4.0, it's the latest patch. The Pyro star system itself was announced all the way back in 2019, so it's taken over 5 years to actually get released. And even then, it's not really fully released just yet. This is considered the preview version of patch 4.0. That is the first catch. The second catch is that CIG are now running 2 live versions of Star Citizen. These are both entirely separate and distinct versions of the game. The previous version 3.24.3, is going to be running for quite a while longer yet, and this is going to be running on its own. Now, this version doesn't contain the new star system of Pyro, but it does contain all the missions and all the various different gameplay mechanics that have been introduced into Star Citizen over the years. This is the more stable build, and basically players who want to engage with all the different missions, all the various gameplay loops, and have the more stable build should be playing on this version of the server, this version of the live build. But for those people who want to check out the new content, as in Pyro, the brand new star system, which also incidentally comes with server meshing, and we'll talk about more on that in just a moment, then you should play on the other live server, which is Preview 4.0. Now, the issue here is that 4.0 is somewhat limited in the content that it has on it. Whilst it does have the original star system of Stanton and the new system of Pyro, along with server meshing, there are a load of other features that are not currently available in this particular build. So this is how CIG explained this. They said, "We acknowledge that we did not have time to get all the mission types working before our holiday break, which is why we have decided to temporarily support 2 parallel live tracks. Alpha 3.24.3 will remain available, so you can play the missions and engage in gameplay loops that are not working to our new playability standards in 4. Meanwhile, the 4.0 preview will also be accessible from your launcher as a second live option." Now, here's where things get really interesting. CIG say it's important to note that progress made in Alpha 3.24.3 will remain tied to that version and will not transfer over to 4.0. So this allows them to maintain a clear slate for the new systems coming online in the 4.0 preview, ensuring that a consistent and stable environment as we look to depreciate the 3.24.3 version in the new year. So essentially what's happening here is that all the progress that players make in the new 4.0 preview build will persist, and this means that they shouldn't, barring anything major, mishaps, any major issues going on, the progress made here will persist and there won't be any further wipes. That is really nice to hear, although I do wonder if perhaps there will be a wipe when Star Citizen finally reaches 1.0, although well, let's be honest here, that's likely many years away at this point. That is, of course, 1.0 being effectively the full release version of Star Citizen. Now, let's not downplay this. Star Citizen 4.0 Pyro is a massive deal for this game. Not only does it bring a long-awaited brand new system and all the related areas to go along with it, but it also brings server meshing to the live servers as well. This is all about bringing stability and increased performance, as what it means is as you navigate through the game world, as you move from area to area, you will seamlessly transition through a mesh of servers. In short, entire servers are dedicated to specific areas of the game, and as you move from one planet to another or one station to another, you will transition from one server to another. The boundaries between these servers are effectively invisible to the players. What this means is that Star Citizen can maintain a massive, large-scale game world, whilst ensuring that that is a single game world that is shared amongst all players. Now, CIG have said, obviously, over the years that server meshing is very important because it will allow them to continue to expand upon the game. Now, all of this information came from Chris Roberts in the form of a letter to the community, his standard yearly letter from the chairman. He also touched on what should be happening in 2025 with, well, it's going to basically be a heavy focus on playability. Improving playability, they say, is the goal, and their exact words, our drive for playability surrounds 3 critical areas: performance, stability, and content. We understand that the live environment must be far more reliable and consistent, and we're determined to deliver on this. Essentially what they're saying then is in 2025 they're going to separate out content delivery from quality of life and stability improvements. These would all be happening as completely separate releases. And that makes sense, right? But other than that, there's no particularly big details on what we can expect in terms of content for 2025 and beyond. I guess the progress now is being made behind the scenes towards the 1.0 release. Now, towards the bottom of the letter, Chris Roberts did touch on player numbers. He said over 1 million players have played a total of 32 million hours in the game throughout the year. Funding also continued throughout 2024, and CIG, Star Citizen, broke the $700 million barrier. Yeah, huge amount of money. So there we have it. If you currently have access to Star Citizen, you can load up the launcher and try out the preview of 4.0 for yourself. And I'll be doing that myself over the coming days. Thanks for watching this video. Do take care, and I'll catch you next time.